there's maybe some pros and cons to all of them. The first option, choice A, was to allow him to complete the test during office hours. The upside of going that route would be it would really honor and respect what the student's stated concern is. That is, it was panic. However, the drawback of that comes in several forms. One is that student probably was not coming into your office expecting for an opportunity to complete the test right there. And that might put him on the spot, and if he's already prone to panic, that could create a problem. You know, we don't know quite yet what the motives are, so we wouldn't automatically give special treatment and special preferences for this student. If in fact a special accommodation is required, there's a process for students to go through, and you would be made aware of that as a TA, that the student required accommodations. Option B is to discuss study skills with him and refer him to the appropriate resource at Vanderbilt for tutoring. Definitely some real upsides to this option. Keeping in mind that study skills may be an issue makes a lot of sense, although in this situation we want to be careful not to confuse the difficulty that he's citing as problem learning the material. Certainly they relate, but they're separate issues. There are many students who know the material pretty well and are stricken with panic and anxiety and can't demonstrate their knowledge when tested. Option C is refer the student to the Psychological and Counseling Center for Stress Management Assistance. And I'll say, of the four choices, this is my favorite, that it does appear that the student's primary concern that he's expressing is managing anxiety and panicking, cited panicking during the test itself. Try to learn a little bit more about the student before initially making the referral to the PCC. That being said, keeping at the forefront of your mind as a TA that we do have services to address psychological issues, including anxiety disorders and mood disorders. And then finally, the other choice, which at this point you know is not my favorite answer, is D, tell the student, hey, this is college, get your act together. That type of language back to a student who is probably already in distress is probably going to make matters worse. But I do want to say that the content of that answer is valuable. I wouldn't say it that way, but you may be saying to yourself that this student really hasn't made the adjustment yet to college and has a lot of work to do. The challenge is how to deliver that message in a way that the student is going to receive well.